Book 1, Chapter 16, Thoughtfulness. It is morning, and Sky and I want to sleep. I have this old clock that has an alarm. It is a clock that my dad has given me. The alarm has gone off, but it is too early. I knocked the clock off the nightstand by accident. I am too tired to pick it up off the floor. Sky and I fall back to sleep. A while later, my dad enters the room. Finn, it's time to get up. I see that you didn't appreciate your clock this morning. Dad, I didn't mean to knock it off. My dad laughs as he picks it up off the floor. Son, this was my clock, and it has landed on the floor many times. We both laugh, and my dad says, I'll take Sky out while you'll get ready, because now you are late. Sky jumps off the bed. His legs are good as new. He leaves the room with my dad. I try to get focused as my body doesn't want to move. Even though I am late, I take the time to say thank you for this new day. I do that in the morning when I wake. I give gratitude for the new day, and I think of my great-grandpa every time I place my feet on the floor. I have started to say to myself, today is a perfect day for a perfect gift. And I must admit, it gives a new meaning to each day. I feel happy when I think about all the gifts that can be given and received. The bathroom is free. We have to take turns getting ready in the morning, but because I had slept in, my turn had been taken. As I brush my teeth, I am looking into the mirror. I remember what my mom had said to Paige, and I think, do I talk nicely when I look at my reflection? I start to laugh because my hair is sticking up all over the place. I have toothpaste running down my chin and my eyes are still half closed. I laugh out loud, thinking it must be love if I can love this face. I finish brushing my teeth and wash my face. I run my head under the water to fix my hair. As I come to life, I can see that I am looking better, and I too have a glow. I study my face. I look at each part and then I look into my eyes. Out loud I say, Finn, you are a handsome guy. I laugh out loud again and go on my way. I am able to get to school on time, but just in time to hear the bell ring. I race in and take my seat. I don't think anyone notices how late I am. Good morning, class, the teacher announces, his voice full of joy. It's a new day and a new day to continue on our Day of Love project to share with the community. He continues by saying that it is to be held on a Saturday so that it doesn't interfere with any school time, but we will be marked for our participation and all the great ideas that are presented. Each team is asked to share what they have decided to do. When it comes to our turn to share, Charles stands up before I do. He stands up and starts to share the projects we are making with my dad's help. Everyone thinks it is a great idea. They all say they would play the games just to get the cool prizes. We are proud. Charles is very proud. I can tell by the way he is standing. He hadn't stood like that during his presentation. His voice has become clear, and in his presentation, it was hard to hear at times. Each group share their ideas, and we all know it is going to be a great day. My teacher announces that he is going to be in charge of making the flyers and organizing the day at the park. He has called the city to inform them of our day. He has also called the local newspaper. We are all very thrilled. Do you think they will write an article? One person asks. My teacher says it will go on the community page, and he also hopes one of the journalists will attend the event and write a story. Charles and I set up a schedule to get our project completed in time. It is only a few weeks away. We have a lot to build and to create. My dad offers to help a few hours each night after supper. Charles does not live far away. His mom offers to drive him to our house. Mom says that we'll have dinner earlier so everyone can be free to help. This is a very exciting project. It is a great idea that has brought Charles and I closer together as friends. I ask my mom if Charles can come for supper. It would give us more time before Dad is available to help. Mom says it is a great idea, that she will make my favorite dish. Plans are made. Charles is to come over on Friday right after school. We walk from school together. Charles admits he is nervous about having dinner because he has never been invited to a dinner before, other than relatives. I say, no need to be nervous. It's a regular dinner. Charles stops walking and says, Finnan, you don't understand. My family dinner is eating in front of the TV. Yours is sitting at a table with family. I had never thought of that. It sounds fun to me to eat in front of the TV and not at the table. I say, it must be fun to eat while watching TV. Charles replies that it is, but after a while it gets lonely. There isn't any conversation, just his parents and Charles all sitting with their own little trays, watching the same shows over and over. Charles says, it can be fun, I guess, if the show is good, but nobody talks to each other. Nobody asks how my day was or what I am interested in. I say, well, you better prepare yourself then, because that's all my family talks about. We start to laugh and he feels better. We arrive home, walk through the front door, down the hallway to the kitchen. The smell of cookies fills the air, and it is the best smell ever. Charles says, what is that delicious smell? I am happy because I know the smell of my mom's chocolate chip cookies and my favorite dish of lasagna. Wow, Charles says, can I come for supper every night? I smile and say, if it's okay with my mom, sure. Mom comes in from the backyard to greet us. Mom, this is Charles. My mom says, Charles, I have heard such great things about you, not just from Finn, but from Finnan's father. Charles just stares at my mom with the blank look that he gets when he is focused. He starts to stutter with his words and says, pleased to meet you, Finn's mother. My mom smiles. My name is Violet, but you can call me Finn's mom. We all start to laugh. I hear you are going to be an author, my mom continues. Yes, I will be a writer. I plan on writing books about people. Well, my mom says, you will have a lot of material because people can be fascinating. The cookies are cooling on the counter. The smell is so enticing. My mom sees Charles gazing at the pile of homemade cookies, and she says, if you boys get your hands washed, you can have a few cookies and milk before you take Sky for a walk. Charles's eyes light up. We go upstairs to use the sink in the upstairs washroom. As we head down the hallway towards my room, Charles says in a whisper, Finn, your mom is so pretty. She doesn't look like the standard mom. I giggle and say, what are moms supposed to look like? Charles mumbles, I'd never met one that looked like an angel. It is clear that Charles has a crush, but I don't mind, because my mom does look like an angel with her long hair and gentle voice. I am flattered that he likes her. I jokingly say, don't tell my dad you have a crush on her. Charles playfully hits me on my arm. I don't have a crush, Finn. I was just saying. I look at his face and he is blushing. He has a crush on her. We stop at my room and I show him inside. This is my room. It's small, but I like it. I keep my room very neat. It has my bed and a desk. The best part of my room is the window. It has a bench in front of it. My mom has placed some cushions on the bench and they match my bedspread. I don't have any action figures or anything like that. In fact, it is a very plain room, but my mom decorated it really nice. It doesn't look like your standard boy in grade 4 room. It looks more like a room for an adult. Charles and I make our way back to the cookies. We take our snack outside so we can sit with Sky. I bring a Sky cookie as well, but he is only allowed to have half of it. My mom says they aren't good for him, but they taste so good. I couldn't imagine that. Not to mention, she feeds them to her family. Finnan, you have such a warm house, I reply. I think it's all the love. Love? Charles repeats. Yes, it has love in the walls. I can feel it. It's cozy and our family laughs a lot. So it is filled with love, with all the baking and activity. Sky is ready for a walk and we are ready to go. Mom calls out of the window, "Boys, please don't be long. We are having an early dinner so we can all help with the project." Supper is so much fun. My dad is asking Charles about his interests and such. My sister is staring at Charles in the same way Charles had looked at my mom. I think, oh, give me a break. My sister can't like Charles. No, she can't. She is too old. My sister is in grade 7 and in a different school than we are. Also, it is her first time meeting Charles. She keeps giggling at things that aren't funny. I just know she likes him. Charles enjoys all the attention. I know he is enjoying the conversation as everyone is asking him questions. We clear off the table as my mom and sister get the dishes cleaned up. My dad, Charles, and I look at all the magazines. My dad explains how everything will be done with each job we have. When my mom and sister are finished, they come to sit with us. My dad has made a list of all the jobs we are each to do. He says it was Charles who had the idea, so Charles will be in charge of all the decisions. Charles's eyes widen once again. Finn, you and Charles will be in charge of assembling the cars that will be used for the prizes. Violet, you and I will be in charge of using the tools, and Paige, you will be in charge of painting. We are all very happy and excited to start production. Out in my dad's shop, we all work together. Everyone is doing their part, and we are surprised at what we all have accomplished in one evening. It is getting late. It is time to take Charles home. Charles and I get into the truck. My sister, mom, and brother wave us goodbye. They tell Charles that they will look forward to seeing him again. I have never seen Charles smile for so long. His teeth showed most of the time he was visiting. "Thank you," Charles says to my dad as he gets out of the truck. My dad gives him a wink, says that we'll see him soon. Charles stands at the end of his laneway as we drive off. My dad is quiet on the way home. I ask him if everything is all right. "Yes, Finn, everything is fine. I am enjoying our project, and I am very pleased that Charles is having fun." I tell my dad about Charles having dinner in front of the TV. My dad laughs and says, "That might be fun once in a while." When we return home, my mom has just put my little brother to bed. My sister is curled up in her favorite chair, watching Friday night TV, watching her favorite shows. I am ready for bed. I take Sky out one more time before bringing him to my room. I say goodnight to everyone as I walk up the stairs. I stop in the middle, look down into the living room, and I thank everyone for making Charles feel like he is part of the family. They say it was easy. It did feel like he was part of the family. He just fit right in, my mom says. I take another few steps and stop. "Mom, Dad, thank you for being my parents." They look at me and smile. "You make that easy too, Finn." Sky and I get into bed. We watch the light stream by the ceiling. I count maybe 4 cars before falling fast asleep. "Good night, Sky Charles," I hear his heart reply. "Good night, Finn."